Hello class, this is lesson 3-5 about how to apply integer operations.
In the past, you have memorized PEMDAS to help you remember the order. So the P stands for parentheses, which means everything inside the parentheses is what you're going to attack first and just simplify. After that, you're looking for, are there any exponents to take care of? And then once you've taken care of exponents, you're going to first look for multiplication or division. Now, I wrote them side by side because they are on the same level. All right, so if you see division comes first, then that's what you're going to do first. All right, but you're going to do both of those before any addition or subtraction. Those are also on the same level, but they're at the very end of what you're trying to simplify. And so the way to know which you're going to do first, whether multiplication or division, is literally looking from left to right, which one comes first in your expression. So why don't we go ahead and do some examples and we'll see how we do. So first is 27 divided by 3 squared times 2 minus 3. So right off the bat, I see I have an exponent, which is 9, and then I'm going to just rewrite everything else that I have in my problem. And then next, I'm going to do 27 divided by 9, which is 3. And again, rewrite everything else. And then I'm going to do multiplication, which is 6 minus 3. And so then my final answer is just going to be 3. Okay, so you really need to know your order of operations. Let's go ahead and do another one. The next one is 32 divided by 2 cubed plus 6. So again, I have an exponent, so I'm going to take care of that, which is 8, and rewrite everything else. So 32 divided by 8 plus 6. Next is division, and that leaves me with 4, and then I'm going to add 4 plus 6, which leaves me with 10. So now let's go ahead and make these a little bit more challenging just by adding some parentheses. So to start off, I'm going to have 7 parentheses 13 minus 8 plus 4 on the outside. So I'm going to do what's inside of the parentheses first. So 13 minus 8 leaves me with 5. And so I'm going to do 7 times 5. That's what the parentheses mean when they're touching, which is 35. And then in the end, I'm going to add the 4, which leaves me with 39 for my final answer. Okay, let's go ahead and do one more like this. So this time, I'm going to go ahead and write 2 and then a bracket, which is the same as parentheses, 30 minus parentheses 8 plus 13, close the parentheses, close the bracket. So I'm going to do the inner parentheses first, which is adding 8 plus 13, which leaves me with 21, and I'm going to rewrite everything else that I have in my problem. Then I'm going to do everything inside the bracket, so 30 minus 21 leaves me with 9, and in the end, I'm going to multiply it by 2, which leaves me with 18. So this should be review for you, but hopefully, if you forgot anything, this will help. So to end, let's evaluate some expressions when y equals 8. So for my first one, it says y squared minus 3. So when I replace it with an 8, it's 8 squared minus 3, which is 64 minus 3. In the end, I have 61. So that was pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and do another one. This time we'll write 12 minus y minus 1. So I'm going to replace the y with the number 8. So it's really 12 minus 8 minus 1. And I'm going to start with the first two numbers to subtract, which leaves me with 4, take away 1, and then in the end I have 3. So pretty straightforward. Final one, let's go ahead and write it down. So this time I'm going to write 10y plus 1 over, which means divided by, y plus 1. So really what we're looking at is the top, which is 10y plus 1, divided by the bottom, which is y plus 1. So if I wrote it out a different way, it would look like this. In parentheses, 10y plus 1 divided by parentheses y plus 1. So I'm going to do division last because it's outside of the parentheses. So let's go ahead and do it. So 10 times 8 plus 1 on top, and then 8 plus 1 on the bottom. So on the top, that's 80 plus 1. On the bottom, that's 9. So the top is 81 divided by 9, which leaves me with 9. And that's it. So hopefully this lesson makes sense to you, but let me know if you have any questions when we come back to class.